everybody, it's Kelly and I'm back with another layout, and today I'm going to do this layout of my great nephew. I'm going to mount the photo on that white cardstock, and the reason I'm doing that, you rarely see me put a white border on a photo, but in this particular case the reason I'm going to do it is I'm doing a monochromatic challenge. It was on Paige Evans' Happy Scrappy website, and this was National Scrapbook Day that I'm doing this layout, and they had a monochromatic challenge. So I did add gray into the monochromatic, but Paige's layout had, her example layout had white, so I didn't feel so bad about doing that. So let me go through and tell you what I'm using here. The white cardstock is Basil Avalanche, and then I have that green kind of flower floral piece, and that's from the Pink Paisley Paige Evans Horizon collection. It's the 12 by 12 project pad, and that's available at Joann's either in the stores or online. And then I'm mounting it on that gray gingham, which is from Doodlebug. It's the Petite Prince, and it's the white gingham linen paper. And I'm just going to keep doing this, where I keep just adding in layers and layers of paper here. Then I have that large green polka dot paper. It was a scrap, so I don't know for sure where that's from. It could be Lawn Fawn, and it could be Doodlebug, one or the other, not sure. I am going to ink edges here. I think that really helps paper stand apart from each other, and in this particular case it's really important because I'm using the same colors, basically that bright springy green. I did look at 3 different journaling cards here, and I settled on this one because I liked the solid block of green, and those are from all 3 of those are from Elle Studio. I don't have specific collections, that's just where they're from. And then I am going to use that January word, and that is a wood veneer from Freckled Fawn that I got in a grab bag a while ago. It was sitting on my desk in a little dish to get used, so I just inked it up in my Memento Dewdrop gray flannel ink before I started this video, because you didn't need to see me ink a wood veneer, and I'll use that. Then I have that I'm adding in that gray paper there, that gray pinstripe, and that's the October Afternoon Girl Talk collection in the Gossip paper. So using up my OA stash slowly but surely. I have a great deal of it used up now. It's more bits and pieces of it, but I loved that line so much I don't want to just throw them away. All right, and then I'll mount all of that on that small green dotted background, and that is the Doodlebug Petite Prince collection, and it's the Limeade Swiss dot. And it's, I said before, I just keep layering up patterns and patterns and patterns. In this particular case, because the greens are all so close, I chose to separate them with a neutral color, which is a nice way to do a more monochromatic layout, is put in some neutrals. But you can also just layer them one on top of each other as well too. All right, so then I found, since I was using October Afternoon, I grabbed my chipboard from October Afternoon, and I found these arrows here, and I had 3, but I'm only going to use 2, and those are the October Afternoon Daily Flash chips, and it's the To the Point collection. So now I'm going to just go through and look and see if I can find any more green things to use. I'm looking at this Chamel hashtag sticker book here, that arrow, but it was a little bit too long. I didn't love how that looked. Thinking about using the white stars on that page, but I need other things first. So I'm going through my Elle Studio Let's Eat collection, and I find this cut apart that will work great. It says yum, and then here's one that says good eats, and again these are all cut aparts here. And then that one says delicious, and I'll play around with where that's going to go. Thinking about there. I'm also going to go back into my, so the first pack I was looking through are all food related. And then the next pack I'm looking at is just things that I've cut apart from all of my various Elf Studio collections. And oh my gosh, I have a lot of them, but I use them a lot too. So I found a gray heart. I wondered if there might be a gray heart hiding in there. And I found it, and I really like how that's sitting under the title to kind of, the title doesn't look like it, or not the title, that month there doesn't look like it's sitting all by itself anymore. I felt like it really did before. And I really wanted to get that wood used up just because it, what I did is I needed to do a monochromatic layout. And I also wanted to use up that wood veneer. So I went into my stash of photos of my great nephew for his baby book. I found one from January, and I figured I could take off on the green theme here, and that green theme is going to become very important very soon. There's a whole reason why I used green. Okay, so I'm just getting the ink on that heart there. And that wood veneer is so thin and the word is so long that the word did break, but I'll just put it on and it will be fine. And I just want part of the word to lay over the heart here. A lot of times I use my ATG on the back of wood veneer, but it was too thin, so this is my Scotch Quick Dry. I can never remember if it's Quick Dry or Tacky Glue. I think it's Tacky Glue now, whichever that is. They changed the name, and I always want to call it the other one. And I keep it in a fine line bottle, so I never remember what it is. I think it's Tacky Glue now. I remember that. Okay, so I just pointed up at the top there because that's where my title is going to go. And I have something in mind here. And I'm thinking I want to do a white title just because I don't want it to blend into the green background. So I find this foam alpha from American Crafts Thickers, and it's the Sunny Alpha. And I'm going to name this layout Yes Please. So kind of like a little takeoff on the yes please, and the reason behind that is my great nephew is having peas for the very first time, and you can tell that if you get close up to the photo because it's all over his bib there, and he has peas in his nose. You can kind of see them. So I wanted to make sure this got documented because oh my gosh, that photo of him is so cute, and he is such a smiley baby. This is the way this child looks all the time. He is always smiling. So even when he has peas in his nose. I think what I'm doing there is I am watching some live scrapbooking. I was watching a live hop, so every so often my iPad was out in front of me. I had to go back to that. Okay, so I love how that alpha gives just a little bit of shine to the layout and a little bit of a different texture with the foam as well. So just making sure I get things glued down there. That J was kind of sticking up a little bit. Now I want to add one more texture in here, and I'm thinking green, and I'm thinking enamel dots would be great because they will look kind of like peas. And since he's eating the peas and that's the title, that felt like a good idea. Now this is something you should never do. I found something that I think is going to work, and what did I do? I kept looking. These are glitter, but that's okay because the alpha, or the alpha's glitter too. So these are Doodlebug sprinkles in limeade. And so cute that, you know, I have pea-like little enamel dots on this layout about peas. This is just one of those things about scrapbooking that makes me happy, is when you find like the perfect elements to help you tell the story. So, you know, obviously the color is important here. Those arrows like directing into, you know, that one arrow on the left shows you it's in line with his nose where the peas are. So it's gonna, you know, it's gonna direct you to that. All right, guys, there is the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you guys are all well, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye.